gonna see it every year. Whatever girls you think that's cute now, there's gonna be cute ones next year, the following year, the following year, the following year. So you don't really have to sit there and do the young thing and just hunt. You know, I always tell people, follow your dream. The girls will follow you. The money will follow you. You know what I mean? And, you know, it's like you don't chase them. Let you chase the goal. Everybody chases you.
It's No Chill with Gilbert Arenas. I'm Mike Botticello. He is Gilbert Arenas.
Or No Chill, depending on how you want to say it.
No Chill Gil, Agent Zero, Bocce. We could be here for an hour.
I do have a lot of names.
But the guy that we have here today, we have a nickname where we're gonna workshop it a little bit, but it's the Big O, Onyeka Okongwu. Got that out. Welcome to
They call you the Big O?
Yeah.
I got a better one. Double O.
Ooh, that's a good
Heard that one before.
Double O. See, now if you have 7, you the official 007, boy. You the James Bond. You the Black James Bond. You might wanna, you the Black James Bond. 007. You just gotta get the 7. That's it, you're good.
One thing you should know about Gil, he's the nickname dictionary. So he can just craft something and come up for you. Like if you need that trademark it, you got
trademark it, you good.
Who made No Chill for you?
No Chill?
Yeah.
That was just me.
That was you?
Yeah, I was just being reckless on Instagram, and I was like, you know what? I have no chill right now. I'm just gonna go with it.
That's right. Instagram gave you that one. That was a new one, new life. So Gil, Double O has been busy, a busy guy. So you were at Chino Hills High School, 3-time champion, twice Mr. Basketball of California.
Yeah.
Okay. And then since in 1 year at USC, first team All Pac-12, Pac-12 All Freshman. Your stat line real quick was 16-2, 8-6, with 2.7 blocks a game. Then declared for the draft.
Yeah.
As you should.
That is work. That is some
As
work.
you should. Ain't no point in going back to college with those type of stats.
So take us through that progression where really you have gone through from high school, starting as a freshman, 4-year starter in high school, 3 state championships, you know, high profile program with USC here in LA, boom, right to the NBA.
So basically, my senior year in high school, I just wanted to have my skill set progress. You know, wanted to work on all aspects of my game. And during that summer, from after my senior year graduation to USC, I wanted to work on my body a lot. Just college basketball, I'm banging bodies down there with the big fellas. So I just wanted to work on my body a lot.
But all that happens fast, where some guys might get stuck on one thing and they need to improve. But for you, it's been a fast track.
Yeah, my coaches were really helping me through the whole process. You know, Coach Anfield, just Jason Hart, you know, they're helping me through everything.
Oh yeah, Jay Hart there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I bust his ass. I bust his ass. Jason's my man. Jason's my man. So you were there with the balls, like from the beginning?
Yeah, I played with Lonzo, Jello, Melo my freshman year, and just Melo and Jello my sophomore.
Okay, who was wasn't there another ball that was supposed to have been there that was supposed to have been all right?
Dre, he's at Pepperdine right now.
Oh, okay, yeah. It came in and went out, so I was just trying to figure.
He's a cousin.
Okay. Was he good?
He's solid.
Okay. He was a jumper, right?
He has bounce.
Okay. Was high school easier for you being out that way?
Honestly, I traveled a lot throughout my whole high school season. I went to play, Bam on the Miami Heat, played in my freshman year a couple times.
Bam
Adebayo, yeah. I played a lot of players throughout high school, so I really traveled a lot.
Okay.
But in like state tournaments and CIF, it was solid. There was good competition.
Okay.
And Gil, I would say that's a different dynamic when you're in high school and you're facing the best players, not only in the state, but in the country. That's part of that fast track. It's going to prepare you for another level much quicker.
I've never, I was watching because my dad was always watching you guys. And it was one of those things like I've never seen, now you see it more where you got plenty NBA players on the same team, 2, 3, 4 on the same high school team. I mean, shit, you don't even got 4 NBA players on the NBA team, to be honest with you. I don't know how some of those guys sweet making it to the NBA. I'm like, all right, you the teammate, all right, I'll look you off a couple times. But, just I'm pretty sure your high school team was more talented than your college team.
I wouldn't say all that. No, I had talented players on both high school and college.
Listen, you don't go there no more. All right, you don't go there. You already declared, bro. You already declared, bro. Which had more talent?
No, they both had talent.
Okay.
There's NBA prospects on my high school teams and college team.
Okay. All right. I'll let you slide on that one. Okay, because, I mean, you don't have no...
I'm being honest, though.
But you could say that the high school program plus AAU onto SCA prepared you for that, where you get to a team with more talent on it, which is going to be even more beneficial at the pro level.
What are you going to work on? Like, what do you see, like, what's your flaws right now that you got to clean up getting ready for the...
I say decision-making sometimes. I might make some silly passes, so I got to definitely be better at my IQ, make more smarter decisions, ball handling, a little bit of shooting. You know, probably all aspects of my game, but those are the main ones.
Okay, which one are you going to focus on this summer?
This summer, I say...
You only need one. You only need one. You only need one different one going into the NBA. Like, I know, like, when we're training and we have flaws, we think we need to try to hurry up and clean them all up. No, you just focus on one flaw this year, next summer, the next flaw.
I'd probably say my shooting then, you know, definitely work on my jumper more.
Okay. There you go.
And that's something you always work on, to be honest. Just reps and refine that as your skills progress. But you can fall back on that.
To be honest, let's be honest. I know you've seen NBA players, and what they came into the NBA 6 years later, they still can't do the same thing. You know, usually when we get away with certain things and it's successful for us, it's hard to, you know, get us to, you know, upgrade, you know, our game, especially when you're in the, you know, systems. You're like, well, shit, I don't dribble or do all this, so I don't need to work on it. Just keep working on what I need to be working on. So, you know, each summer as an individual, because you can get traded, you can have this player coming, you can get a new coach, systems change. You know, so you want to always refine, you know, your skills. So this summer, you should be, you know, shooting 500-600 shots a day. Yeah. You know, just getting that feel, getting that touch. You know, you're already dunking, you're already catching lobs, you already got your, you know, your post-up move going to the middle. You know, I didn't see it all.
You scouted.
You know, so, you know, you already got those, you know, those things. So you just need to add one more thing, and then throughout the year, work on something else.
And think back to where you were a year ago heading into college from high school, and there's a learning curve, right? And the goal here at the pro level, again, is another level, but you want to shrink that learning curve. So what are you doing to really accelerate the process?
Just definitely having more people, better people around me, helping me through this whole thing. You know, I'm heading to the NBA, which is a big step in my life. So I'm just making sure I have the right people around me, guiding me through the whole process.
Okay, so let's give them a little shine right now and shout those out. Who are those people?
Definitely my mom. My mom's been there for me since I was a little kid, helping me out through everything. My man Tope's my guy. He's been helping me through everything. Magic Boys, you know, it's all my coaches throughout my years, you know, from me playing AAU basketball when I was little up until now, my senior year in high school, Coach Enfield. You know, there's a lot of people I can thank. This can go on and on.
So you have a list, but what are they actually doing for you?
I mean, they're always checking in on me, making sure I'm straight, making sure I'm doing good. You know, those people in my life I keep close to me, so I make sure I never burn bridges with them.
Very important.
You know, that's the biggest adjustment that you're gonna have. You know, when you're in AAU in college, it's you guys, it's all your friends. You know, when you get drafted, let's say you get drafted in Minnesota, it's you. It's you and that cell phone. You know what I mean? It's you and the cell phone. You know, you're gonna get lonely. You're gonna, you know, and coaches riding your ass in training camp. You're gonna get down on yourself. I mean, it's just you're gonna be an adult for the first time. You know, it's one of those things where you have the money and your rules. It ain't your mom's rules no more. It's your rules. It's the rules you make as an adult. So, you know, one of those things that you need to really think about is how you want to set your life up for going forward. Because you got to remember, the NBA is your life. Everything else comes second. You know, it's like, I know some of us was like, you know, I can't wait to get the new this. But at the end of the day, that all comes. You know what I mean? All that comes, when you just focused on the craft, them bags come and you don't even be paying attention to them anymore. I know I'm pretty sure when James Harden signed that 242, it's like, that's just something extra. You know what I mean? But because he perfects his craft and focuses on his craft, I mean, the nightlife is always going to be there. You know what I mean? So you don't need to there's always, this is the party of the year. There's always that. There's always girls. There's always that. You know what I mean? So, when you get drafted, training camp is the hardest. It's the hardest thing you're gonna go through, but it's not that hard. It's just hard because you're not used to it as an NBA player. So we're used to, college basketball, you guys work harder than us as teams, by far. By far. We'll practice some teams a week, maybe 45 minutes a week. Like Golden State, Lakers, Clippers, nobody practices. You know what I mean? You get, prepare, do individual work, and get ready for games. So training camp is where you have that 1 month of putting all your sets in, getting in shape, doing 2-a-days sometimes. And that's what's hard, because it's like you're demanding so much energy from us in that short period of time. Like, oh man, it's draining. But for you, coming out of college, it's gonna be easy. You're like, this is the NBA? That's what you're gonna tell yourself. You're like, this is the NBA? This is what you guys are crying about? I'm like, yeah, this is hard. This is hard. So it's like when you get there, just focus, everybody's gonna be pulling from you. Everybody's gonna want tickets. So one thing I did was, the game was so important, and you're going against, rivals, stars, mega stars. On game day, I didn't touch my phones. Because there's nothing there's nothing on this, there's nothing that someone can text me that was gonna help me for the actual game. So there was no point of actually looking at it. So I did all my tickets the night before. So like whoever the ticket lady was, like, yo, mom, here, make sure they're in the right places, because I'm not looking at my phone on game day. I'm gonna just prepare for the game. Because this right here can mess you up sometimes. Like I can tell you this, like this will mess you up 10 games a year. If you got a girlfriend and she texts some dumb stuff and you sitting there arguing with it at halftime, that ain't gonna help you for the game. So, you have to really lock in and put yourself in the box, from day one. Get you a routine. As soon as you walk in there, mentally have a routine and stick with that routine. Because that's the difference between an all-star and a superstar, is the routine. Who stays in the routine the most?
The other thing is the value of time management and maybe not having too much too soon. I remember Shane Battier was a guy I heard about. He didn't give himself an expensive car. I think it was like a Toyota Camry.
First of all, he was trash, though.
Wait a minute.
Matter.
First, but
he went to Duke.
I know he doesn't.
I'm
like
sorry,
him,
if you go to Duke,
but there's something to learn from Battier.
You're trash.
Okay, I'm not talking about as a basketball player. I'm talking about managing his life. And it was some kind of car to the extent of like a Toyota Camry.
He looked like he drives a Toyota Camry.
But he said, I'm going to reward myself with a Cadillac or a Mercedes.
Listen,
on my
you're going to
next
have to
deal.
come up with a better analogy. I do not like that Duke team.
I know you don't like that.
Okay, so you
That's
can't
why
use
I brought
it.
it up.
Use someone else.
No. I wanted to push your button a little bit. Okay. Because the point is there's other people to learn from.
Like, don't buy a house. Don't buy a house. Like, don't. I should have listened to Jordan when Jordan said that. Jordan, when I was at Jordan camp, and it was like, man, Jordan's just cheap. He's like, what do I need a house for? Like, I get a condo, have a condo first 4 years, and when I get the big money, then I buy a house. Yeah. That's the same here. Like, we always want to get that, but right now you just get a condo close to the gym or close to the practice facility, and you just, just like, from your freshman year to your senior, you have a goal. So you got 4 years, 3.5, before they want to hurry up and try to sign you, to that extra deal. And, then once you sign that, then that's when you go ahead and get the big purchase and reward yourself.
So what I was also saying about with time management, the fact that you had a lot of time on your hands, Is that one of the main adjustments? That it's not college where it's really structured for you?
Yeah, so like around January, depending on what team you go to, if you have an older coach, a player's coach, you're gonna have way more time than you really want to. You know, our biggest like inside joke was we just try to spend our day not to get in trouble. Cause you know, you wake up, you have practice at let's say 10. If you do have practice that day, 10 to 10, you're out of that gym about 11:30. That's after rehab and shower. We'll see you again the next day at 9 o'clock if you get to the gym an hour early. So you got all that time just to do nothing. You know what I mean? So it's like one of those things where that's why if you look at, they're doing SportsCenter, Call of Duty?
Yeah.
There's a reason the motherfuckers is good. They got nothing else they have nothing else to do but just sit on the video game all day. It's not like college where you have classes and, you know, you got to practice here. Like, no, you have practice, see you again. So if you don't have your own routine that you do that keeps you busy, trust me, you're going to be spending it with girls, clubs. And that's why, like, we were like, man, he's at a club, Eric. That's his routine. He got nothing to do at night. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, most of us got into video games. So I remember when I was playing Halo, my whole house was wired for Halo competition. Like I had, like, it was like I'll have like local kids and we'll be 16 people playing Halo. And I'll be 5 a.m, even on game day. That was...
Dang.
Yeah, it was just, and then you go to the hotel, like I can tell you there's gonna be plenty of times where you're gonna go to the wrong door, you're gonna be thinking about yesterday's key. You know, it just becomes, you know, you wake up, go to sleep. It's like the same boring routine. You're gonna be sitting like, oh, this is, and I done watched all these movies in the hotel. I done watched every single movie. So you just got to figure out how, like, I used to find like a 24-hour fitness and then go in there and get shots up as soon as we land. Because from you land at 5 o'clock, it's 5 o'clock until tomorrow. What are you going to do? Yeah. You know, last trip, I done watched all these movies. You know, so from there, just trying to figure out how to just balance time and stay under the radar, stay without getting in trouble.
And the point there is to get the work in first.
Oh, most definitely.
But that's why when you see, like, it makes no sense why, like, if a guy comes in with no jump shot and 4 or 5 years later, he still don't have a jumper. Like, you don't have nothing to do. Like, you can go in the gym. Like, you can go in the gym, take 100 shots and still have a better jump shot than you did when you first got in here. But some players, they just like,
Man.
That's what I'm saying. It's like... So everybody's not dedicated, so, you know.
Yeah.
So, Gil, the difference for Onyeka this year is one of the craziest years.
Double O.
We haven't trademarked that yet. Okay, we'll use that. This is one of the craziest years for the draft. Like, they've moved back the draft and the combine. What kind of communications have you had with the process?
They're definitely pushing back the lottery, combine, probably the draft, from what I've heard. And I'm just trying to stay in my best shape. You know, I'm running around my neighborhood every single day, trying to work on my body because I don't know when this draft is. So I'm just gotta be ready when it happens.
So you can imagine, even team interviews, it's all gonna be Zoom calls.
Yeah, it's and you know, it's so untraditional. So it's like, you know, so many great players is gonna get, you know, swept under the rug. You know. You know, this is the, you know, like if you're a good player, great player, this is the time you want to be seen so you can show your individual skill. Like, you know, like Sean Marion out of college, you know, no one knew who he was. You know, 2nd round pick. You know, he goes to the draft camp, boom, lottery. You know, they're gonna miss those. They're gonna miss those type of kids. You know, so it's just one of those things is just make sure you're just ready. You know, that's all you can really do, just make sure. This is where you can sneak, you know, everyone says top 5, shit, you can sneak the number 1. Shit, going to Zoom in if you take your shirt off, like, what's happening, how y'all doing? Yeah, you see these abs, right? Yeah, these, you know, they don't know. Just, you know, like, them ain't the smartest people in the world, I can tell you that for sure. I don't
know if he's supposed to tell you that right now.
I'm just saying, these owners ain't Google. All right, so you start throwing some highlights on there, some workouts, and you number one pick. They go off of what they seen last.
And they are billionaires, so remember that. But you said that staying ready so you don't have to get ready. That mindset. Have you conducted any Zoom interviews or any workouts for somebody that they just look at you virtually?
No, I haven't conducted any type of interviews or anything like that yet.
I guess the positive of that is you don't have to read the room. They're just right there, and you don't have to. They can't see on only this much of the camera.
It's so different. It's so different. It's energy. Like I like to see people's energy. Like because as much as they're evaluating you, you need to be evaluating them.
For sure.
You know what I mean? It goes both ways. They make it seem like because we're athletes, I'm giving you this shot. No, it's the same thing. Like I'm an athlete too. I'm an athlete, right? And I'm trying to turn your organization into a dynasty. Who are you? What kind of man are you?
So when you were doing your interviews, were you nervous at all?
Yes. But I, unlike USC, bottom tier of, back then.
He had to get that in.
Back then, us Arizonas, we was elite. So, we had training on, interviews and stuff. But when you're going and talking to someone about investing in you, all you do is just be honest.
Yeah.
That's all you can ask for. Just, be honest. My crazy ass was as honest as I could possibly be. You know what I mean? It backfired at the draft. It worked in negotiations. It's like, so it's just one of those things is where you're young, you're gonna be nervous. Your mindset today is not gonna be your mindset from 4 to 5 years. So if I'm an owner and I'm sitting here doing an interview with someone, I'm not really holding what you say word for word, I just want to know, are you committed to playing basketball and winning? So, as long as that's what your goal is, there ain't nothing to be nervous about.
Now, the other thing I want to talk about was the scenarios that can happen when you're drafted. So if you go to, let's say, a veteran team, Golden State should have a high draft pick this year, versus going to, let's say, a Chicago, which is a younger team. So you can want to fit, they're guys that are your age versus playing with guys that have 3 rings. So it's how you fit in, with both of those systems. So what advice do you have, Gil, for Double O in either scenario?
When I got drafted, it was me, Troy, and Jason to a veteran team. If you go to the wrong veteran team, you can take on their personalities so it really don't matter. It doesn't matter what type of team you go to, veteran or young, it's who you are. You know what I mean? It's what's inside. It's, because, me, Troy, and Jason, we went to a team that was falling apart, but we all trained very hard and we pushed each other. So, so we rose above that. There's young teams where everyone's having fun. My last few years in Washington, it was all young. And I was partying. I was hurt. Shit, I'm having fun. They followed that lead, which was the bad part because wait, I work out 3 times a day though. Look at that. Don't look at me having fun out, at night. That's, so it depends on what you're valuing at that time. That's why I said it's like what you see, you're gonna see it every year. That's what I said. Whatever girls you think that's cute now, there's gonna be cute ones next year, the following year, the following year, the following year. So you don't really have to sit there and do the young thing and just hunt. I always tell people, follow your dream. The girls will follow you. The money will follow you. You know what I mean? And, it's like you don't chase them. Let you chase the goal. Everybody chases you.
No doubt.
All right, so what are some early goals?
Some other goals for me, honestly, I just want to make an impact for whatever team I get drafted to. I just want to be able to play right away, make an impact, make a name for myself, no matter where I go. That's my main goal.
That's a very good answer.
I know that damn politic-ass answer, bro.
This is not the virtual draft interview.
I know that was a draft interview answer, bro.
No, but I'm being honest, like you said.
That was the draft interview, and that meant I'm trying to win Rookie of the Year. I'm trying to make the Rookie All-Star game, trying to win that one too, trying to get that. Yeah, I'm trying to get all that. Freshman first team, I got picked 31, and I already said in my interview, I'm starting at the middle of the season. I don't give a what y'all talking about. Click. I was so hot, I didn't know what else to say. I wasn't happy. So happy. I'm thinking I'm going to be, top 15 pick. And I'm 31. And so how do you feel? I feel like I'm going to be starting by the middle of the season. I don't give a what they talking about. Click. I think I f***ed up.
Were you on out of Arizona or not? How many years were you at Arizona
2.
for? 2?
Yeah. I was the last one to leave. Like after the season, I came to LA, brag on kind of car I got, shit like that.
Did you play with my high school coach, Dennis Lattimore?
No, wait. Dennis Lattimore came after me. He was, he was part of my second year, I was recruiting him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Dennis Lattimore, Channing Frye, all of them. Yeah. They came, so I left instead of playing with them.
Speaking of your high school and high school teammates, what are the conversations that you guys have? Still keeping in touch and not knowing that you're going to the next level? Like guys like Melo and...
Me and Melo talk every single day, and that's my boy. Me and him, we just do our best just to stay out of trouble, stay quarantined, just making sure our bodies are right and our mental state is right.
But that has been, the NBA has been something that's on the horizon for you since high school and that whole family, really. So what have you guys been talking about as far as like dreams or when we get there, we're gonna do this, and this?
Me and him just always talk crazy to each other, man, talking about when I see you on that switch, not scoring type, it's friendly trash talk, I know he's gonna be a star, I'm just trying to live up to my own expectations too.
Well, the beautiful thing there too is that you have this support system of you guys are all in this, in the same boat from where you came from and where you're gonna be, so you can use that to your advantage.
For sure.
The funny thing about, who's gonna be a star? You never know.
That's true.
You never know. The reason you don't know is because someone's game in high school and college doesn't always translate to NBA. Because the NBA is more one-on-one skill. So one-on-one speed, versus your man, because there's really no help. Players in your position, who has the advantage? You can go from a player that, oh yeah, he's just good, to a megastar. Like, did you see, I seen a video of Embiid in high school, and I was like, what the is that? Like, who is that? Like, it didn't translate. His high school, college, and then he translated to the NBA. Now he's a star in the NBA. Same thing with Greek the Freak. Like, when you get there, you really get to make your own path. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, some kids are gifted that, because of their names, they're this, but for the most part, everyone has a chance to, and it's just all work. Who's gonna put in the most work? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You have so many hours to really get better. So you have so many hours to get better, but some players they just don't. They just don't. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Huh?
What do you think that is?
Comfort. Comfortable. Like you leave practice, you did your due. Now I'm just gonna go home, rest, watch TV, go to the club, go eat.
You're just happy with the
You're just
status
happy
quo.
with the status quo. I mean, you'll go work out, but the people who like when you take that extra jump, like look at Greek the Freak. Like you take that extra jump, it's because you just said, you know what? I'm just gonna really work this year. I'm really gonna focus. I'm gonna train 2 times a day. I'm gonna treat it like college. We're gonna work out twice a day. We're gonna meal prep. We're gonna do this, and it's when you want to get better. When you want to get better, it's easy. You know what I mean? So being a star is all up to you. I mean, you can either be a star, you can be a role player, you can be second person. It's all on you.
And And really, it's the challenges, right? You think of Kobe, it's you get one championship, get another, now three-peat. You get a championship, but I want to be MVP. Just all these accolades that you had. So there's always a challenge. So really, you're never done. And you're always raising the bar.
You know, I remember I got that from Chris Mullin. So I'm sitting in the gym, and he was like, what's your goal? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, was your goal to make it to the NBA? I was like, yeah. So what's your goal now? You made it. You made it. So what's your goal now? And I had to sit there like, oh, shit, I'm not playing. So, I mean, my goal is to play. But that just sounds so stupid right now. You know, so I'm sitting there trying to figure out what to give and what was the right answer. And, you know, I'm on a 2-year contract. You know, so I'm not guaranteed. I'm not playing. We're halfway in the season. So shit, I got 1.5 years and I'm out this, you know, if we just keep progressing. So I said, my goal now is to stay in the NBA. You know? He's like, well, then you need to get to work. All right, okay. You know, and then, you know, just that mindset of what, you know, I need to do whatever it takes to just stay. You know, so then I became obsessed with, you know, getting better. Like, you know, sports is the only place you can be obsessed with something. You know what I mean? Like, you know, being obsessed outside of sports is a bad thing. You know, being obsessed with getting better actually rewards you. You know, if you look at Kobe when he first came in, his obsession was, I want to be better than Jordan. Just him chasing that guy made him him. You know what I mean? It's, you know, if he would have chased J.R. Ryder, I'm pretty sure he'd have been out of there wouldn't have been no fucking Mamba, you know, mentality. But the fact that he's chasing someone and he was obsessed with that, you know, that goal that he didn't get there in the sense of, you know, that's Michael Jordan. But the fact that you're right there. That's it. That's didn't have big hands like MJ. The fact that you're normal two-guard in the NBA and you got that close to the God, that shows the work you put in.
Speaking of motivation, I want to talk about the number you wear and the importance of that. Tell us about the story and the reason why you wear.
So when I was 13 years old, my older brother passed away. He was only 17. So I was really traumatized because of that. And I vowed, you know, I'm gonna wear 21 the rest of my life. You know, rest of high school, college, hopefully NBA, I can wear 21. You know, he's a very important piece of my life. You know, I am his legacy. I'm the second version of him. So I just play basketball for him, and I just do everything I can for him.
That's a really great story. So I think every time you play, every time you look down, you see that number on, you know that he's with you. And then that's even more reason to be driven.
For sure.
Ooh, down below 7. That's where the 7 comes from. You was 17, right?
He was 17, yeah.
21 divided by 3, 7?
Yeah, so you can try to figure out, you know.
All right, Gil, I want to play some game recognizes game here. So you watch some film.
Uh-huh.
What are your thoughts on who 00 should emulate?
Hey, listen, let's be honest. He tried to compare you to Capella.
Like Capella?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Dude, that's trash. Oh my God, that's trash.
I saw some similarities.
No, that's a trash ass comparison. He can't do nothing but catch lobs, bro.
Great hands finishes around.
That's all he do is he can't do nothing else. You do not want to be
that's
compared.
That's not your whole game, but
you don't want to be compared to that. No. Because I'm watching like Capella.
Keep going.
Who wants to be Capella?
Who else did I say?
I was like, no, man, the man posts up, man. He can shoot the jumper. He can pass. Hell no.
Okay.
No, that's what he tried to throw you under the Capella.
So who do you think?
Right now, you're going to have to go like old school 4 or 5. You're more athletic than the KG was.
He was pretty
You're not as fast as Anthony Davis. But you got the same. You play more back to the basket than he does. I throw to Anthony Davis. You're more on Anthony Davis than Capella.
I'll take that.
You're closer to.
I didn't just say Capella.
You're closer to like, because if I'm going off of what he tried to say, I'm like, no.
Come on, man.
Because Capella don't play back to back. He can't post save his life. He'll throw that bitch in the stands if you gave him the ball down there. You know,
I
that's what I
didn't
said.
say back
got
to the
move,
basket.
we
I
gonna
said around the rim.
Huh?
I said around the rim, not back
No,
to
I
the
mean,
basket.
because he see you catching lobs. So, you know, typical white person try to put us in the box, you know. He didn't try to put us in the box. Nah, my man had more moves to that, man. I seen him in the post up. You good, bro.
Appreciate it.
That's just like Anthony Davis, you know, he only shot the, 15-footer when he first came in. So, probably stronger. Probably jump higher. He's longer,
Yeah.
but you probably jump higher.
And these guys, you can take pieces of their game. That's maybe all I'm getting at. But these are guys that you can study. Who else are you studying?
I've been told Amari Stoudemire
That's a good one.
a couple of times. I've heard Bam a lot. Bam is the one I get the most. Montrezl Harrell. I can't really dribble like him, but just, he's undersized.
That motor.
Maybe he has a motor, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You're not trying to be a star, are you?
I want to be a star.
Right,
That's my goal. That's my goal.
Okay, then you say the names are Anthony Davis. When they ask you, Anthony Davis, then you just name all superstars. All right?
Amari's a superstar.
Yeah, Amari. You be like, Amari.
Beast.
I feel like, if you want to throw, I got a little bit of Embiid in me. You do that. You mentally do that to yourself. So when you tell them, I got Embiid in me, got a little Shaq when I dunk, so I'm a little bit of Shaq, just a little thinner Shaq. And you just keep on that, that roster of greatness. So when you throw it in people's minds, they know where you mentally at. Because I remember when Jordan said, that I was when he said I reminded him of one of his teammates, and he's don't laugh because that shit was not funny.
You thought Shane Battier was bad. Wait for this one.
And he said that was Randy
Brown.
Randy. Just the name Randy just didn't. He said, "Yo, you remind me of the player Randy Brown." Like, Randy Brown, I just scored 40. He can't score 4. He's a defensive player. Y'all put him in at the end of the game. Like, he's telling me I'm not an NBA player. I was at the camp like sulking. Like I didn't want to talk to the kids no more. Like it was one of those things where like it really hurt me. Like Randy Brown. Like not Scottie Pippen. Randy, like, he don't even play like that. He don't even get into games. Like, you know what? I'm not passing that no more. And then the next day we play the game. I ain't passing the MJ, motherfucker. I hope Randy Brown don't pass.
All right, you know what time it is, Gil? Time for Ask Agent Zero. You got something ready?
I do have a couple
let's
questions.
do it.
Actually, who was the hard person for you to guard in the NBA?
The hardest person for me, Allen Iverson.
Like,
Allen, because see, Allen was quick. He only weighed about 160 at best, so he was little. So all that weight room and the strength conditioning we did not work on him. Because as soon as you hit him and he's moving, he's flying. So you're automatically catching that foul. But what made Allen hard to guard was, you had that one white boy on every team that just goes has no talent, goes balls out all day. He gonna run through the scoreboard, he gonna be breathing and sweating on you and all that. That one, like, you the star and coach puts him on you to try to that was his mentality, but was a star. So he just, he gonna dive in the stand, like he just never stopped. He was trying to score 60 every game. So, when you got a mentality like that, who's just gonna be boom, 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 and you had to go to sleep early. Like, man, I really don't want to guard this dude all goddamn game. Because he just wasn't, he had the ultra, ultra, ultra green. And you got a player that there's no 10 bad shots, sub his ass out. No, those 10 bad shots gonna come with 10 more. You know what I mean? So he was the hardest, and Steve Nash.
Steve Nash?
Because Steve Nash did 1,000 pick and rolls. So if you was a player like me that didn't like getting hit on pick and rolls, knees, those hurt. those hurt. So, you got the big man that's doing all that. Nah, man.
Amari's knees.
Yeah, Amari's, going with the little elbow. So you got all these guys just head hunting, guards, and he's just pop one, pop two. So, by halftime, you done ran across the pick and roll 50-some times. Like, nah. So I had to start wearing I had to start wearing, rib pads, back pads, thigh pads. Like we really like we was like football players out there. Like if you had Dwayne Wade take off his uniform, he was a football player. That man had elbow. Like he had chest pad, he had side pad, lower spine pad, butt pad, hamstring. Like it was ridiculous. It was killing us out there.
It's a contact sport.
So who's your GOAT? Your GOAT.
From my era?
All time.
Oh, all time.
All time.
All time.
Who's your
GOAT,
GOAT?
greatest of all time.
But he said my GOAT, so that's different.
Still
that
of all
could be
time.
my era.
Of all time.
All time.
MJ.
Over LeBron and Kobe, you think? Because my GOAT's LeBron.
They're all three. So when people ask me who's the greatest, I always do this. I say, all right, so since they're all different, it's like a quarterback and a receiver or a running back. Kobe and Jordan are in the same category of assassin scorers. Yeah. So Jordan 1, Kobe 2. And then LeBron is more of a Magic Johnson type. So he's Magic, where he was trying to get everybody involved, but he had Jordan ability because he can jump. So, but he's still on his own category. So I go, all right, so he's the 10.0 on Magic Johnson. So he's one, Magic Johnson's 2 in that category. It's hard to compare a receiver and a quarterback. It's really hard. Who is the greatest? It's really, because they're two different. One was a killer, one is a team player. So what we're looking at Jordan taking big shots, and you look at LeBron who makes big plays. He's not gonna take, unless he thinks he can make it and that's the best shot, he will shoot it. Other than that, he's gonna find the person who can make that shot. He gets a knock for that because we've already seen what MJ brung.
Okay, so
so I try not to put them in the same category. So I go 1, Kobe 2, Magic Johnson 2.
All right, let me ask it a different way then. Let's say you're having an open run pickup game. You have to pick up one of those 3 players. Who are you picking up first?
Open run pickup game, and I'm trying to win?
Yes.
I'm going with Jordan. I'm going with MJ. I'm going with MJ. I need, MJ's going to will us. Now, if I had to start a team, I'm going to go with LeBron.
LeBron?
Because, the reason you go with LeBron is because MJ is a shooting guard. LeBron is a 1, 3, 4, so you can grab a whole bunch of other players and just mismatch them around, and he will try to find and make them better. Jordan is just gonna, if he's the alpha, he's just gonna be the alpha. So if you took Jordan and put him on that last Cleveland team with LeBron, they're not going to the finals. Jordan would average 55, because he would have just gave up on them and just did everything he did. LeBron got that team to the finals, and just LeBron off the team, I think he was last place in the East.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if I had to if I wanted to start a team, I'm gonna go with LeBron because he covers up a lot of holes.
Yeah, so out of everybody in the NBA, who have you grown the closest bond with off the court?
That wasn't on my team, probably Dwayne Wade, Chris Paul, LeBron. Those are the 3.
3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I trained, like right now you guys would be training to get ready for the draft. So
we would if there wasn't any coronavirus. We would.
Right before Chris Paul got drafted, he needed to train and he needed a training partner. And this is when we're not training, But I was still like in conditioning shape. So, he was in DC and we went for a week. Just balls. I just had to let him know, motherfucker, I'm gonna have to see, if you're a top 5 pick, I'm gonna have to see you as a starter, so let me go ahead and let you fucking know what's about to happen now, you know what I mean? It's one of them, and I loved his personality because he just never wanted to give up. Like, he just never wanted, like, there was no, if we was playing 3 games and he didn't win that game, there's gonna be a 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th until he finally got satisfied. And then it's, I'm gonna see you tomorrow too. So, we got we had a great bond. Like if you hear any of his interviews at camp and they say who was the hardest person to guard, he's always gonna say me. I let that happen. I ain't even gonna lie. Because when someone says, yo, hey, he's gonna be a top 5 guard, you start doing the calculate. Wait a minute. Oh, so he's gonna be coming for me. That's another that's gonna try to hurt me from making the All-Star game? Hell no. You know what I mean? So, you know, I just went at him. And then me and Dwayne, it started off as a rivalry.
Rivalry?
Well, it wasn't a rivalry. It was just me being stupid. They was like, yeah, how you gonna, like we were getting ready to play Miami. And they was like, how you gonna stop Dwayne Wade? And I said, he can't even shoot. So we gonna he can't shoot. So I said he can't shoot, so he gonna stop himself. He had 40. He had 40. He had 40 against us. He lucky for me, I didn't have to guard him. Larry Hughes is like, yo, look, next time you're gonna open your mouth, make sure it's the guy that you have to guard and not everybody else. I was like, duly noted.
I hope you took a lot of things away from today. You got a nickname out of it. We got some comparisons. Just comparisons.
Mine is better than yours.
Sure, you can have it. I had others, but
Always
he
trying to
just
hold the
focused
black man
on
down.
the one thing. He's a very efficient player. And you took us through what things are like right now in this different year for the Combine and for evaluating talent, so appreciate that. We can't wait to see number 21 do his thing.
Oh, what's your ideal team? Let's go and throw that in the atmosphere.
Honestly, I don't really have an idea.
See,
that's a good answer.
That was a good ass answer. That was a good. I had to test on it. That was a good ass answer. That was a good ass. Hey, that was a good answer. Cause here we go.
We could have easily asked that, but then that would have put you on.
Yeah, okay, that was a good answer. There we go. We're gonna leave with that one. That was a good one. Yeah, I'm just prepping you, trying to figure. Hey, I was trying to see if you was ready. There you go. Clean cut answers.
Onyeka, thanks for coming on.
For sure, man. Appreciate y'all.
Double
O. Double O.
Double O. He gonna think about it too. That double O do look better than the big O. The big O, like, big O comes with a lot of pressure. That comes with triple doubles. That double O, that don't nobody.
You want to be original. You are an original. He's an original. He's Gilbert Arenas. I'm Mike Botticello. No chill with Gilbert Arenas. We'll see you next time.
Wait, your name Italian?
Mm-hmm. You just figured that out. I know all of us white guys look alike too.
To be honest,
I also know no team has a white guy that runs through the
I'm not gonna lie.
anymore.
Usually when you say your name, I'm not paying attention because I'm just waiting for you to say mine.
Yeah.